We sat across from each other at our favorite restaurant, the one we used to go to when things were easy before the cracks appeared in our marriage. Candlelight flickered between us, casting soft shadows on her face. She looked calm, too calm. "I need to be honest," she said, stirring her wine lazily. "My ex, he wants me back." The words hit me like a splash of ice water. I froze, letting the tension settle like smoke between us. "You're telling me this now?" I asked quietly, keeping my tone calm. "Yes," she said, leaning back. "And I need you to give me one reason, just one, why I should stay with you instead." I studied her, really studied her, for the first time in months. There was a flicker in her eyes, something almost like guilt, but quickly replaced by bravado, the kind people put on when they think they still hold the power. She had been testing me, or maybe testing herself. Either way, I wasn't going to rise to her bait. Not yet. I took a slow breath, letting the moment stretch. Then I said softly, "Because I know who you are when no one is watching, and I can't say the same for him." She smirked, shaking her head, clearly expecting anger, desperation, or a plea. "You always sound so calm," she said. "So untouchable. That's exactly why he wants you out of the way. But maybe I'm not ready to give up what I know I already had with him." Her words were deliberate, sharp, but I had anticipated them. I leaned forward slightly, voice steady, eyes locked on hers. "Let me show you something," I said. I pulled out my phone. Not pictures, not threats, not texts, but a timeline. Every time she had been late from work, every call she hid, every friend meeting she insisted was harmless. I had tracked it quietly, patiently, without letting her know. Her eyes widened as she realized what I held. The truth laid bare, precise, undeniable. "You've been thorough," she whispered. "Not thorough," I corrected. "Observant, patient, calm. Unlike him, unlike you, when you think no one is watching." The room felt smaller. The noise of other diners faded. Her ex was irrelevant now. All the power she thought she had, the manipulation, the flirting, the tests, was gone. I didn't think you'd," she began, but her words faltered. "I didn't react in anger," I said quietly, "because I didn't need to. You gave me every piece of the puzzle. I just had to assemble it." Her fingers trembled over her wine glass. She hadn't anticipated composure, patience, strategy. She had underestimated the consequences of treating trust as expendable. By the time dessert arrived, she was silent. Not defiant, not angry. Just quiet. The reality of her choices settling in. I didn't gloat. I didn't mock. I just stayed calm, collected, unshaken. "Here's the thing," I said finally, leaning back in my chair. "If you want him back, you can have him. But understand this. I'm not a man you can toy with or take for granted. And anyone who thinks they can step into the life I've built with you and take over, they'll learn the hard way that what I build isn't fragile." She looked down, speechless, realizing that she had just thrown herself into a corner of her own making. The ex, he didn't matter anymore. The test failed. And I had shown her that calm, precision, and strategy were far more powerful than desperation, theatrics, or petty manipulations. The rest of the dinner was quiet. I paid the bill. She said nothing. The tension was palpable, the kind of silence that screams louder than words ever could. Sometimes I think about that night, and how a simple question, "Give me one reason to stay with you instead," revealed everything about her priorities, her honesty, and her integrity. And how my answer, quiet, calculated, and undeniable, showed her that sometimes the only reason worth staying is the one grounded in truth and patience. Because love isn't about fighting for someone who is undecided. It's about standing your ground, proving your worth, and letting consequences do the rest. By the time we left the restaurant, I knew one thing. She would never underestimate me again.